What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Dear Brother podcast. I had a quick thought, well, a story and a thought. One time, my dad, after he retired, he was always into his coffee and his paper. So we had an avenue about 3 blocks from my house. And he would always go up there, get his coffee, get his paper. And that's all I thought he was doing. You know, he would come back with the coffee and paper. So I thought that's what he did. And so one day he was like, Chris, you know what? I'm not feeling so good, man. Can you run up today and get my coffee and my paper? I said, yeah, Dad. So me being 16, I jump in my car. I rush up to the avenue. I get the coffee. I get the paper. I come back. I'm like, all right, Dad, here's the coffee and the paper. So I knew how to make my dad's coffee just like he wanted it, right? So I was perfect. I was like, I tasted a little bit. All right, this coffee is perfect. I got his paper. I turned to his favorite part of the paper, put it in front of him. He's like, all right, then, son, thank you. He said, hey, let me ask you a question before you go. Did you check on Miss North, our neighbor? You know, she wasn't feeling too good the last couple of weeks. I said, no, Dad, I was getting the coffee and the paper. He said, did you check on Mr. Bobby? You know, he lost his wife, man. I said, nah, Dad, I got your coffee and you got your paper. At 16, I was so focused on the coffee and the paper that I was missing the point, right? I didn't realize it. He said, son, you missed something. I said, what? There go the coffee. There's the paper. What I miss? He said, all the other stuff that I did while I walked up to get the coffee and the paper. He said, see, you were so in a rush to get the coffee and the paper that you missed the whole deal. And he said, sit down for a second, son. I sit down with him. He said, you know what? He said, I check on our neighbors on our way. He said, when I go up there, man, I check on the guys at the newspaper stand, make sure they are, you know, they retired guys, man. And I check on them. I said, all right, Dad. He said, you know what? Sometimes, son, you gotta slow your pace down. And that's all he said. And at 16, I didn't really get what he was saying, you know, the whole deal. But then when I thought about it as a grown man, I said, I see what my dad was getting. And my dad is gone now, but those lessons never left me. Slow your pace down, bro. Slow your pace down in life. See, as fathers and as husbands, and you got girl, you got kids, you got all these things going on. We in a fast pace to get what we got to get done. I got to get this money in the bank. I got to make sure this is done. I got to make sure my kids got their car. I got to make sure that the tires is right. I got to make sure. And we in that rush. And as dads and husbands and providers, man, yeah, that's what we do. But at the same time, man, what do we miss on our rush? And I think that's what I really want to share with for a few minutes this morning, bro. What did you miss on your way to success? What did you miss on the way to accomplishing all your goals? See, sometimes the biggest thing we miss is us. We miss how we felt, right? We miss how we were dealing. Sometimes we miss our very health issues, man. On our rush to get it all done, we miss the major things, man. See, the thing about success is this. Is it really success if you don't have you when you get there? Is it really success if your health deteriorates while you're on your way? Did you really succeed if you lose the relationships with your kids? Because one thing I learned, man, we can give them everything, but what they really need is us. What they really need is a little wisdom, a little knowledge, a little laughter with dad, right? And pleasing your wife, man. Did you have that conversation with her? Did you tell her how you felt? See, I'm just bringing these things up, man, because a lot of times as men, the pressure to get it done is what drives us. But don't miss the things on your way there, because I'm going to tell you, at the end of your life, nobody's going to care what you bought. Nobody's going to care what you had. They're going to care what kind of relationship they had with you. And then when you get to that point too, you'll ask yourself, man, did I miss that relationship with my kids as much as I provided? Did I know them? Did I know what was on their heart? Did I know what was on their mind? See, don't miss all these things on our race. Slow your pace down. See, the only thing you can do real fast is crash, bro. Right? And some of us have crashed emotionally. We've crashed socially. We've crashed in all kinds of ways. Health-wise, we've crashed. Because even though we got it done, we missed the things that matter on the way. I took a part-time job at a senior care facility as a teacher and a leader here. And I was walking down the hall. It's a big facility. So one day I was walking down the hall real fast. I mean, just going. And I asked myself, why are you walking so fast? And it was almost like God said, why are you walking so fast? Like I asked myself, and then I felt like God asked me, what you walking so fast for? And you know what? I stopped in my very walk and I said, man, I've been like this all my life, right? I started ministry at 14 years old. I'm an author. I got all these things, man. You don't hear me talk about these accomplishments because at 45, I realized as good as that stuff was, how much of me did I lose? And in that hallway that day, I looked and it was some seniors on there. Some had canes and a few had walkers, and they walk real slow. And something said, learn how to walk like them. Slow your pace. See the sunshine, man. Smell the flowers a little bit. Because those are the things that matter to your soul. This world got us going. This world, the needs of this world got us going. Trying to keep up got us going. But did you smell the roses? Did you smell the flowers? Did you self-consider? Did you consider yourself? Were you self-aware about you? Right? Because what will it matter, bro, if you gain the world and lose yourself? What will it matter? Right? What will it matter if you give your family everything, but they don't have you? What will it matter? Slow your pace down, man. Slow your pace down. So don't just go get that coffee and that paper, right? Sometimes we don't need to do the fast drive through life. Sometimes we need to take the walk because you absorb more, right? You start seeing what counts. And you know, one of the things I learned that counts the most, man, is relationships. Relationships. Because that's what matters, relationships. Because relationships lift you up. Relationships is what count at the end of the day, man. Slow your pace, bro. Slow your pace. A lot of y'all have been so fast to get married, and you realize the relationship wasn't even worth it. Some of us have been so fast to climb the corporate ladder that you realize, man, did I hurt people on my way? Sometimes we so fast, I got to get this degree or get that degree and accomplish this. I got to write this book. Man, did it matter? I was speaking at an authors conference one time, and people said, well, how long did it take to write your book? And I told them it won't matter how long it takes to write the book, because the goal is to have something that counts for the reader. Not saying how fast you wrote it, right? Because in our accomplishments, man, don't miss the good stuff. When my mother was in her dying days, the doctor came to me and he said, we're just going to make her comfortable. Some of y'all have heard that. We lost somebody, or, you know, they're in their last days. Oh, we're just going to make them comfortable. And that struck me. It struck me hard. And immediately I asked the question, why is it that we worried about making someone comfortable at the end of their life? How about if we start early making people comfortable, or teaching people to consider their comfort early in life? Am I comfortable in this relationship? Am I comfortable with this? Am I comfortable with me? Am I happy with the way my life is going? Am I happy with my marriage right now? Am I happy with the kind of father I am? See, these are the questions that matter. These are the questions that count. Slow your pace down, man. Figure out what matters. Figure out what matters to you, not just what matters to everybody else. Because sometimes what matters to everybody else will keep us going too. But what matters to you? Everything can't matter. Everything can't be at the top of your list. Everything is not the most important thing in the world. Take care of your mind. Take care of your mind. Take care of your mind. You hear me, bro? Take care of your mind. You're not listening to this by accident, man. Somebody needed this very message today. One of my brothers needed this message today. Take care of your thoughts. Take care of your feelings. Oh, we have them, bro. Just because we've been taught to ignore our feelings don't mean we don't have them. Take care of yourself, because you matter. You count. Slow the pace. The only thing you can do fast is crash. Don't crash. Slow the pace. Because everything you want in life, you're going to get it. Everything that's planned for you, you're going to have it. You don't want it too fast. You might miss the person you need to be to handle it all. Imagine that. Imagine getting everything you wanted, but then you're so broken by the time you get there, you can't enjoy it. Be who you want to be when you get where you want to get. Don't get to the top and fall fast. Or don't get to the top and realize I left everybody on the chase to the top. What's the top? I could have answered that question, but I'm going to leave it to you to answer. What's the top? What is the top? Is the top what the world say, the system say? The top is abundant funding and what's the top? The top is self-awareness. The top is self-concern. The top is having you, having your family, having relationships that matter. Because when it's all said and done, that's all will matter to you, bro.